David sends word to Joab, who's the commander of the army fighting the Ammonites. He says, send Uriah home. He devises a plan so maybe the child might look like Uriah's. Uriah sleeps outside of his house when he gets home. And David says, why didn't you go sleep? Why didn't you go back home? Uriah said, how can I go and eat food, sleep with my wife, and be in comfort when my men are out there at war, sleeping in tents on the ground and fighting for us? And this was an honorable move, something that David did not do when his men are at war. He goes and steals Uriah's wife. This probably opens up David's eyes to his wrongs a little bit, but he stays prideful and he stays on mission to get rid of his wrongs somehow with his scheming. So Uriah stays another night and he goes to David's place. David invites him over. David makes him drunk and he goes back and sleeps on the ground. Once again, he does not go back home, even when he is drunk. David sees that there is no use on trying to get him back to sleep with his wife. So he sends him back to war, and he sends word to Joab and says, send Uriah to the front lines, and when the battle is the fiercest, pull back. So Uriah dies. He's the king. He can do whatever he wants. He can command whatever he wants. And they trust David that he knows what he's doing. They don't know the full story of why he should be dead and how wrong this is. But Joab follows orders, and that's what happens. So a messenger comes back to David, and he says, the men overpowered us and came out against us in the open, and we drove them back to the entrance of the city gate. Then the archers shot arrows at your servants from the wall, and some of your king's men have died. Moreover, your servant Uriah is dead. And David responded to the messenger. He said, go tell Joab that this happens, sacrifice in war, men die. Don't let this upset you. Continue to pursue the Ammonites and seize the city. He said this to encourage Joab. When Bathsheba gets the news that Uriah is dead, she goes into mourning. When the mourning period is over, she goes to David. That's when she becomes the wife of David. Bathsheba is now David's wife. All the actions that David did with Bathsheba displeased